Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts, NYJ Matt, and today we have a very special guest. Mr. Cali Jets is here. Cali, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. Nice little
Yeah,
break from all the Twitter madness with all the Rogers card stuff. It's
we
a
will
lot right now.
distract ourselves for 20 minutes and do a ridiculous draft of 5v5 Royal Rumble of current Jets players. So we're going to do a snake draft. The three of us are each going to take five guys. We want that team of five guys to murder the other players in a
Yeah,
rumble.
there's a full roster of guys you can take here, obviously. We're going to do the draft order right here live because I think the first overall pick is a big one. Randomizing it, Mike, you have the first pick of where you want to draft. Callie, you're number two, and then I have the third pick of where I can draft. So, Mike, where do you want to draft? You want one overall, two, or three?
I got to think about this because we're doing a snake. I like those back-to-back picks. There's a couple of obvious guys up in the front. I think there's still some value down at three. I'm going to take the third pick.
Wow. All
Yeah.
right. Callie,
Yeah.
you want one overall or you want to go two? Be right in the middle.
Oh man, I'll take two. I'll
All
take two.
right.
I wanted that third spot, but I'll take two.
I
All
think it's
right.
going
So
to play well on the graphic, the third slot. We'll see. It depends who you take.
Yeah.
I'm borderline shocked. I would have fought to get the number one overall pick in this draft. I think there is a clear cut 1-1, and I'm going Michael Clemens. If you're taking
Yes.
a
Yes.
Brawl,
I
I think
agree.
he's high on my board. He's number one on my board. If you have that guy in a fight, everything is easier from there. It's like having Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. If you have him there, everything else becomes easier. Michael Clemens can kill a guy. He probably has killed a guy in his life. He watched the draft night alone by himself in like an empty apartment. Give me that guy one overall.
He's the most interesting man in the world kind of guy.
Callie,
He's
thoughts on Michael Clemens? Was he one on your board?
Nope. So I'm happy here. He was number two on my board. So
wow.
I still get my number
That's
one
like the
guy.
couple of teams who had Zach Wilson ahead of Trevor
Oh,
Lawrence.
no.
Yeah, it's like
Nobody
Rex
had Zach
Hogan.
Wilson except Chris Sims. But
Yeah, he's never wrong.
okay, I'm up.
Yeah, Callie, take us
I'm
away for
taking
number
my
two.
number one guy. I'm taking Carl Lawson.
Nice.
Mm.
Um, So combine, Michael Clemens, 24 reps bench press. Carl Lawson, 35 reps.
Oh fuck.
Miles Garrett, 33.
And Miles Garrett tried
Carl
to kill a
Lawson,
guy on TV. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'm taking the guy that, I think he's built as the most physical freak on the Jets. Kind of has a chip on his shoulder with all the injuries and stuff. And I'm taking Lawson.
I
Dude,
love
good
that
for
pick.
you for
That's good value.
and also going with the stats and bringing to the table of saying, "Hey Matt, like good pick on Clemens. My guy can rep 10 more reps than your guy." That that threw
Yeah.
me off and I wasn't prepared for that. I went through the 53-man roster. I was going through my guys. I made my big board. At no point did I go to combine bench press. So I'm nervous now.
That's
What
good.
else does this guy have up his sleeve of other stats that he can throw?
Dude,
All
that- that's good value. In most years, Carl Lawson's a 1-1 guy. I had Michael Clemens on my board as a generational prospect. I'm going to go, as you know, I had a chance for the number one pick. I bypassed it. I don't need it. I'm going to take both Quincy and Quinnen Williams as at 3 and 4. Come on, baby. Two brothers. Quincy Williams, the last year's winner of the
That's sweet.
Harvey Lange Psychopath of the Year award,
Mm-hmm.
just shot out of a cannon. I'm going to build some team chemistry. You can't beat that. Quinnen has the body for this. They call him a human bar of soap. He can get through wherever he wants in this brawl and cause damage, get where he wants on the field. I'm really happy about these two picks.
Another good chemistry. It's like in Mario Baseball. If you have Mario and Luigi up the middle, they have higher chemistry. They can play better. Mike, who do you want in the first round pick? You want Quinnen or Quincy on the graphic?
Quinnen deserves to be the first round pick.
Very fair. I had Quincy Williams as my number two player on the board. I want him in a brawl. I want him the speed, the power, just murdering guys. The Jets put out their top 10 plays of the year. And I think Quincy Williams had two plays like combined at number 9 of him killing people. So I would have taken Quincy if it came back to me. I like the play. and I like the chemistry.
Can you
So,
imagine Quincy Williams lays someone out in this brawl and then does his ridiculous celebration?
that's a good
Oh,
point.
need
And
it.
while he's doing a celebration, knocks out Carl Lawson. Like this is like it. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. So Callie, back to you now. The Williams brothers are off the board.
I really like that, Mike, especially like, the brother combination, like the Hardy Bros type thing.
I'm
Um,
doing good.
so I got two here. I'm gonna take the top guy on my board right now. I'm gonna take Elijah Vera Tucker.
Mm,
Um,
versatile. Yep.
Specifically, my scouting notes right here, 6 bullet points. Elite hand placement, which matters in the brawl.
Okay.
Processing the bull rush from the inside, has ability to go outside and mess with the outside guys. 32 reps of bench press at the combine. A guy that doesn't give up sacks, didn't gave up like 2 sacks at USC. How many has he given up at the Jets? Not that many. So obviously good with processing different moves here. So I'm gonna take a little Vera Tucker and Lawson combo to start.
I love it.
It's
In the
great.
trenches.
And now you have a guy that can protect against Quinnen on Mike's team and Michael Clemens for my team. So
It's
I'm
if the Bills and Dolphins and Patriots all have great quarterbacks, the Jets have to go out and get good cornerbacks and a good secondary. Cali is working within, the confines of what he's been dealt.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just good GMing.
It's a good pick, but I do like the way the board is falling to me because I don't care about the health concerns. I'm going with Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, that's fuck.
I mean,
He wasn't gonna fall past 2 of your picks.
a mountain of a man. Friends on Twitter. Mekhi and I in the DMs. I'm getting some news of what's going down there. He's gonna come on the pod hopefully soon. But give me Mekhi Becton, 6'7", anywhere from between 340 and 380 on a given day. I never know where he's gonna stand, but if you're gonna throw guys like Lawson at me, I need a guy like Becton who can get ugly and get into a fight. So, I mean, all three teams right now is falling how the board I thought was going to fall. So I'm pretty excited with taking Becton in the second round. Mike, you said you had Becton high. Callie, do you have him as well in the top 5, top
Yeah,
10?
yeah, I actually had him at number 4, so that would have been my next pick. And you got Clemens and Becton, so two of the arguably like the biggest freaks on the team. So I think we all kind of have a nice advantage so far. So
I'm
far
gonna
so
throw.
good.
This is gonna be a tough board.
I
This is a
can't
big
wait to
pick.
make the graphic. I'm gonna throw a curveball, and I don't know if it's allowed. I think I can go with like a veto system if you both disagree. Did we call out Jets players or Jets in the organization? Because
You want to take Joe Douglas, don't you?
Joe Douglas is on my board, but if I can, I want to take Coach Sala in the
Robert
third.
Saleh's on my big board. It's a
Okay, I'm
shame.
taking Sala on the graphic. This is gonna be
You
great.
guys didn't tell me this.
So, hey, Joe Douglas is on the board if you want him on the wraparound here. I'm trying to stay within the rules, but also give myself a competitive advantage. I did really good in the snake drafts in the podcast era. Mike is now 1-0 for doing the snake draft on YouTube. So I got to do everything I can to get back a win. Give me Coach Sala, the motivator, liking how the board is falling, but Joe Douglas is there. I think he's more of like an unrestricted free agent signing at the end of the draft. I don't think I'm going to go with him here. So give me Sala in the third round.
Yeah, it's a good start to the draft. And you have a leader.
I do. Get him going with Becton. Got Clemens. I got some curveballs coming, soon. I'm not going to draft Rex
good
Hogan.
picks coming up. Callie's better. This is a big pick for Callie.
Big pick for Callie.
All right, I have a curveball as well. Well, not a curveball, but I don't think you guys would expect this guy to go here. But I'm gonna take George Fant
Oh,
because I have my reasons. Dual sport athlete, right?
b-ball
Wrestled in
player.
high school, basketball background, used to being in the post, so has the offensive leverage down there as well as standing his ground on defense. Um, has played tackle, has moved to tight end, played at Western Kentucky, plays a power forward over there. 322 pounds. The basketball and football combination has the lower strength as well as the upper strength. So I think combining him with Vera Tucker and Carl Lawson, I think we're off to a good start.
It's a good pick. I actually tweeted out one time if I could build a 5-man basketball team of Jets players, who would be on that team? I did not include George Fant, and I got ratioed so hard because I didn't know. I think it was like late 2020, like when we got him, like he's been there for like 3 months now. I had no idea he played at Western Kentucky, so I got murdered for that tweet.
He tweeted at you, I think. Yeah,
he might have tweeted at me, but Fant is, I think, the second biggest dude on the team. I don't want to to picks of guys that are probably in that range, but you can't argue having Fant here in the third round. I had like a fourth round grade on Fant, if we're being honest. If it came back to me, I thought about it. So a fair, Mike, was Fant on your board potentially?
If he was on my board, he's one of those guys you had to think about. I'm actually going to go with a different offensive lineman. I'm going to take LDT,
God
who
damn it.
is a doctor in case anybody gets injured during the battle.
This
I'm
guy.
I'm pissed because on my board is LDT and it says doctor next to it, and I was gonna put that on the graphic if anyone got hurt. I thought it was a steal in the fifth round. I thought it was gonna win me the draft.
Had to do it.
Wow.
Had to do it. It's a good one. And if you got that, this might have been a little bit cooked. So I'm glad keep you off the board there. And I get another pick.
That's fucked up, dude. I thought I was all over that. Callie, did you look at the combine stats of LDT and how many bench
I
reps?
did not. I have
Okay.
combine stats of 12 guys, and he was not one of them. So I messed up there. I didn't think of think of the.
That is all time.
I spent like 2 hours looking at a combine stuff for everyone. And LDT was not one of the guys, so disappointed in that. But that's a great pick, Mike.
A good
I
pick.
appreciate it. And then with my next pick, I'm gonna take the other of the heat-seeking missile linebackers, and Quan Alexander will be my fourth round pick to round out my 4 rounds. I'm happy with Quan. You know, a couple of really good hit sticks this year, more so in the beginning of the year, but two maniacs in him and Quincy.
If you gave me a 100% meter of why Quan Alexander chose the Jets, I think at Cali Jets on Twitter played like a 0.001% role in that happening. Like, I'm not
I
saying it
appreciate
was
that.
like a large factor, but this guy tweeted at him like every day. Quan liking his tweets, retweeting him. I think it was a factor. I'm being honest.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the notice there. So
Oh, and it is back to you, Kelly.
okay, I got two here. Um, so wrestlers that were elite that had mustaches, Hulk Hogan and the Iron Sheik. Here, I'm gonna take my spirit animal, Dan Feeney.
Mm,
Nice.
mm.
So I'm gonna take him. He had the third best three cone during his combine. He chugs beers, hockey games, and wakes up the next day and goes to practice. Um,
It's true.
yeah, I'm gonna add in my little spirit animal there, Dan Feeney.
Did
He
he really
definitely
have a
loves wrestling too.
did he have a top three combine cone drill? Is that a real stat?
Yeah,
That's
no,
very
really. I went.
impressive.
Yeah.
Were there like 6 guys at the combine? What happened that year?
That was like his only stat that was like top of his like
Yeah,
in like the 90th percentile. Everything else was pretty garbage. But I
turned
mean,
out to be
that
a
was good.
turned out to be a good Jet, Dan Feeney.
I think
Yeah,
Feeney plays well in the graphic too. When people are going down their
Yeah,
list, they see Feeney. You'll have like
yeah.
maybe 3% of the population be like, I see Dan Feeney, I click that vote. So
Mhm.
it's a good play on my board. And I think I only have like 3 guys left on my board, and I think I have back-to-back picks here.
back to back like Drake.
To wrap out the draft here on my end, I'm going Tyler Conklin in the fourth round.
Ooh.
Give me a guy that looks like Cal Drogo. Seems like he's been in some fights before. Not the biggest dude that you could draft, but a guy that I want to be versatile. Now I got 2 players on offense. I got a coach. I got a defense. I'm going with Conklin. I think the Cal Drogo aspect of it actually factored in my opinion here.
He looks just like the Geico caveman guy. It's
Oh, true.
unbelievable. Drogo's good too.
Callie, any thoughts on Conklin, or is he not on your board?
I saw that he bench pressed 18 reps, which I can do as well. So I took him off my board immediately. So not a fan of that pick, but your other picks were really strong. So,
So,
uh,
Callie, when you go, what's your max rep on 225?
Question.
it's actually 18 as well.
Is it 18?
Yeah,
I
but
think when we do
225?
we should do a combine
I don't think
of
I could
like
lift the thing up
I
ever.
can't do 225. There's not a shot in hell.
I
I
could get maybe
could I
one.
could like 1 rep in college when I was like a senior, and then now I could do like 135. I could rep
Yeah,
out like the
135 all
people
fucking
played on each
press.
side. Let me get after it.
I'll do
Drew from New
135.
Jersey needs to have like a combine of like full on weightlifting. Callie flies in, and then we just do it. And Mike and I can rep out 135, and then
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
dude.
do the big boy stuff.
We should do like
I
a
think
football game. Oh,
Oh yeah.
it's sick.
I think Drew from Jersey would probably win that combine, but
DFJ will crush everybody. His
yeah,
son will kill us all.
Drew's kid is like it's actually kind of funny to say like 4 or 5 years ago he like tweeted about like he's like what 12 playing baseball being nuts. Now he's getting recruited from like D1 colleges, and the kid throws like 91 of the black. So kid's gonna
He's
be a
still
legend.
Hope so.
All right, I got one more pick. The board is light here. I'm between two guys. Trying to think of the graphic, what's gonna play better. I'll talk about it in honorable mentions who I didn't take, but give me Jermaine Johnson being the fifth
Nice.
guy. You know, whether it's like that Florida State, the burgundy and gold, just when he was on that team, he looked vicious. All the highlights that we would watch for that 4 month gap after we drafted him to the season, he was vicious. He had a good rookie year. I think people thought he was going to have like a double-digit sack year as like a 22-year-old in the NFL. He was good. I think he had 2.5 sacks through 5 games, and then after that, good against the run. But he looks like a vicious guy. I like the celebration too on his end after a sack or a big play. So Jermaine's going to round out my board. Two defense, two offense, and a head coach. I think I got a pretty balanced team here, and I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of the poll.
I like your team. I really do. I like those last two guys. Not so much size, some versatility. It's going to be tough, though, against a team like Cali. You know, he's got a lot of big dudes. My team's a little more
yeah.
lean. So, and Cali has one more pick.
I think with JJ too, just to go off the rookie thing, I think he only played like 24% of the snaps. It was something in that range. So um
The Jets love to do
I
that
think next
rotation also, yeah.
The D
yeah,
line
but like
rotation is
24,
the
that's
worst, the absolute worst. Even Quinnen still is liking tweets to this day about how dumb the rotation is. Because someone was like, imagine if Quinnen played 75% instead of 68, and Quinnen liked it and was like, yeah, like what if? Bryce Huff again. Bryce Huff leads every pass rushing stat ever since like next gen or PFF started. But yeah, you can 1 out of every 4 snaps, you can go ahead and get out there. I hate the D line rotation, but you're right. That was a big factor in him not having the production that some people thought he would have.
yeah, especially after trading up for him too. You trade up for him, he plays, and I thought even his special team stats weren't even like he wasn't out there as much as you would think. So
Mm-hmm.
um little hopefully we see a change next year. But with my last pick, I'll stick with the beefy boys here. I'm gonna go with John Franklin Myers
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
as my last pick. 4.75 40-yard dash, 82-inch wingspan, which was 2 inches larger than Q's. 6'4", 300 pounds. All my guys are I think all over 300. So have the inside outside versatility. So used to taking the beefy inside guys and then the outside guys as well. So I think all my guys are good at the point of attack. Just hopefully it's enough to take down your guys' respective groups.
man, we should make a treaty or something and you ally our troops together to try to destroy Cali. How are we gonna break through this line?
I think in an open field, I can make the argument for everyone's teams. In a bar fight, I think Cali's team kills every team and
Yeah.
nobody gets injured on his team. Like Lawson, AVT, Fant, Feeney, and JFM, boys are playing pool, throwing darts, rubbing elbows, fight breaks out at a bar. I'm taking Cali's team any day of the week. But based on this Royal Rumble, it's going to get creative. But Cali, I think that's a strong 5. JFM was one of the guys I was thinking of going with that final pick.
I I have a couple guys still on my radar. I think I'm gonna take a safer pick here. I'm gonna take CJ Uzama with my final
Yeah.
pick. Yeah, I was between him and Jordan Whitehead. I think Whitehead's just a little too small for this fight. It's
Yeah, like
he's
200
a muscle
pounds.
too. Yeah, he's a smaller guy.
I think if Whitehead had a better year, that pick would be more enticing. If he was like a
Yeah.
bigger free agent hit and like not a Pro Bowler, but leaning to potentially being a Pro Bowler, I feel like you're more excited about taking the pick there.
Yeah, if he had a year like DJ Reed had, and I thought about
Right.
DJ Reed also, but again, he's too small for this. Like, what's he gonna do against AVT?
The board fell how I thought. Almost everyone on my chart here is crossed off except for one name. So we'll go through honorable mentions here before reading off the final. The one guy that was there is Nathan Shepard. That
Yes.
guy, and the reason I didn't draft him is and maybe it's not fair for me to think this way, but I'm very much a graphic guy. When this is tweeted out Thursday evening, or maybe we'll do Friday because we'll post the video tomorrow. When it's tweeted out on Friday and people getting off work and they're looking at my team, they're pretty happy, and then they see Nathan Shepard, their first thought is going to be, which quarterback did he have a roughing the passer on? Where's the flag? I don't like Nathan Shepard. I'm not drafting Matt's team. Because
Character
of that, he fell
concerns.
off my
Yep.
board. But
Mhm.
when you're at training camp, which me and Mike went to, I think the one thing I tweeted out after was Zach Wilson looked bad. Nathan Shepard might be on steroids. Like those were the two things that came
Oh
out of
yeah.
training camp. So that was the one that was on my board that didn't make it.
Yeah, I had Nathan Shepard high on my board. Similar character concerns. I didn't take him with the fifth pick. Um, Cali, it was him or JFM are kind of similar. I probably would not have doubled up either. But yeah, Shepard was there. I was thinking about the two blocking receivers, Corey Davis and Denzel Mims. Maybe get some versatility out there. But you're right. Sheldon Rankins was also on my board. Other than that, everybody else got hit. I agree. I thought it went pretty smoothly. Callie, who were the 12 guys that you wrote down? Didn't get drafted.
The only guys that I had left that I would have taken if we had extra picks, I had JJ Rankins, I had CJ Mosley,
Nice.
um,
Yep.
and then if we were gonna go coaches, I would have took Ron Middleton probably. So that would have been my
Oh,
coaching.
ooh.
So
Riverboat.
that's my
Yeah,
honorable coach of
that's a
the
good
team.
one. That was
Very
Woody
good.
Johnson. You could have taken.
Woody Johnson.
If people still liked Zach Wilson, a potential play for me would have been Zach Wilson at 5, given
Yes.
that he can get like his lawyer uncle to get everyone out of trouble post fight. Like that was like an element I was going with. But again, if people listen to the video, then vote, then you get that commentary. People are going to see the graphic and vote. Zach Wilson doesn't play in a brawl in a battle royale. So Zach Wilson potential. Mosley is a good pick too. Was considered on my board, but once I got through 15 guys, I said I don't think Mose is going to crack the top 15 here. But you're going to have replies too. Like Middleton's a good play. Like trying to think it like
I think
Aldridge.
Lakin would have been a good one. I think he's the heaviest offensive lineman on the team.
Yeah,
mhm.
McGovern thought
Yeah.
about some of the smaller guys he can't do. Sauce is like a toothpick. He can't play in this. Sauce will get murdered.
I'm gonna
Maybe
try to I'm gonna try to tag the players in the graphic that we did draft because you can tag I think up to 10 on the photo when you tweet it out. And I would love for just like one of these guys to get it going and bring it up and be like, this is bullshit. And then have like a DJ Reed comment and be like, really going undrafted here and get the boys talking about it. But we'll see where it goes. Callie, I think you
Nice.
had something there.
I was gonna say another one would be Chris Trevler, maybe kind of hype up the boys as a QB pick. I think he could have been a good one.
He could scrap.
I thought about
Yeah,
it.
you can scrap. It's just hard in like a small space. You don't want like smaller guys. So uh, I just wanted to beef my team up. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do a recap. We got my team, Clemens, Becton, Coach Sala, Tyler Conklin, Jermaine Johnson. Callie had Carl Lawson, AVT, George Fant, Dan Feeney, JFM,
Yep.
and Mike with Quinnen, Quincy, LDT the Doctor, Quan, and Uzama. I think it is a very,
It's a
very
good.
balanced draft. Not often does this happen when we do these.
Are
I
you gonna
think
do it as a poll?
yeah,
Is it
so
gonna be
the
like also?
the video is going to come out Thursday night. If you're watching this
Okay.
now, Thursday night. I'm going to do the poll on Friday, so it gives a chance for people to listen first, and then spoilers will kind of not happen, even though 250 people will probably watch it. 0% of our audience are females, and 95% are 25 through 35 years of age. So we have a very diverse listening group for this YouTube so far. But again, if
Wow.
you made it this far,
Okay.
hit subscribe, hit like, hit comment, do all the things that I never do when I watch YouTube videos. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Callie, we got to get more creative. It was at 0%. I think maybe it's at 1% now of our audience being female. So we got to continue to find a way to grow that. It just shows that
Exponential growth.
Mike's 9 significant others that he's talking to right now, none of them are watching the YouTube. So you got to get the girls on it.
They're definitely not. They would have something to say, all 9 of them individually.
I
Callie,
would try to promote it more out here, but there's not really any Jets fans in California besides myself and a few other ones on Jets Twitter. But definitely want to support you guys. I mean, there's not like I feel like Jets Twitter has like a lack of. I don't want to go there, but there's room for content creators to grow within the community. So I want to support you guys as well as like the other top guys, Badlands and uh, those type of fellas. But yeah, you guys keep doing your thing, and it's a hopefully you guys take off soon.
We have fun
Very
with it.
kind. Very
Yeah, we
kind,
appreciate
Callie.
it. You're always welcome to come back. And this is at Cali Jets on Twitter. Was influential in signing Quan Alexander to the 2022 New York Jets. So Cali, thanks for coming on, and we'll talk soon.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks.